Hey Dr. Shah, this is skill 17, and basically it said pick 4 numbers that are greater than 5, so I chose 6, 7, 8, 15, and then I basically labeled out, as it told me 3 pieces of criteria. It said that the major axis was, I'm supposed to say vertical, so that means that the longer side is going to be lying on the vertical axis. I mean, you're gonna have the shorter end this way, and then you're gonna have the longer end this way, right here, and the shorter end this way. And so it basically told me AB was a covertice, negative CD was one of the foci. Yeah, I said that right, foci. And so basically I just labeled this as the minor axis, major axis, covertices, since the covertices are going to be on the minor axis. These are the vertices since they're on the major axis. Here are the foci, and here's a triangle that's going to be formed. And so basically I just plotted these points, the co-vertex and one of the foci, and one of the foci, a focus, I guess. So here's a focus, here's a co-vertex, and so 6, 7, negative 8, 15. That's what it looked like. I mean, this isn't very drawn to scale. Yeah, this is not drawn to scale at all. I mean, I guess it is sort of, but here's gonna be here's your vertex, and it's gonna go like so. It's gonna go something like that. That's horribly drawn. It's drawn better here, where I plotted 6, 7 as one of our co-vertex, and I know that the center is gonna be somewhere along the major axis. It's basically where the major axis and the minor axis intersect. So then you have negative 8, 15, which is one of the foci, so that's obviously going to be on the major axis. You have the covertice, which is on the minor axis. So now you have the y coordinate, you have the x coordinate, negative 8, 7. So here's the center, negative 8, 7. And then now the next piece is the next part of the problem is to determine how long the major axis and minor axis are, so that you can eventually set up you can eventually plug in those numbers to write your equation of this ellipse. So then basically what I did was I counted how many units it was from negative 8 to positive 6, and you get 14. So that gives me the length of half of the minor axis, which is going to be 14, and that's going to be squared on the bottom, which is going to be on the x side of the x. Is going to be underneath the x minus h squared value, which is right here. So then now I have to determine the length of the major axis, so that I can also put that into the equation. So then what we learned in class was that this value is equal to this value right here. So obviously I'm gonna use Pythag to solve for that value. So 8 squared plus 14 squared equals t squared. You get 260 root 260. So that's basically your length right here, which is 16.12. You're gonna take 16.12. You're also gonna square that, which is gonna turn back into 260, and you're gonna put that under the y part of the equation. And then now you have those two parts underneath the equation, I guess. And then what you want to do is now you want to find you want to incorporate the shift, the vertical and horizontal shift. So it goes left 8, so I guess negative 8, like shifts left 8. So in the equation it's going to go instead positive 8, and that's squared. And then it goes right 7, so it's going to it's y minus h, so it's just going to be y minus 7 squared. It's all equal to 1, and that's how you get your equation of the ellipse. It's right here.